Can 10 minutes really change your life? It sounds like clickbait, right? Like one of those over-the-top promises you see online. But what if I told you that the secret to unlocking your potential, transforming your health, and even boosting your happiness could be hidden inside a tiny 10-minute window each day? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see exactly how these small pockets of time can create massive, lasting change. We all live incredibly busy lives. We're juggling work, family, social commitments, and that endless to-do list that never seems to get any shorter. The idea of finding an extra hour or two for self-improvement feels impossible. We tell ourselves, I'll start meditating when I have more time, or I'll learn that new skill once things calm down. But here's the truth. Someday is a dangerous word. It's where dreams go to die. The real magic isn't in finding huge, empty blocks of time. It's in harnessing the small, overlooked moments we already have. It's about the power of consistency over intensity. Think about it. What's more effective? A single, exhausting 4-hour workout once a month, or a brisk 10-minute walk every single day? It's the daily walk, of course. The same principle applies to almost every area of our lives. This is the core of the 10-minute rule. Small, consistent actions compound over time to produce extraordinary results. Let's get practical. How can you apply this right now? Let's start with your physical health. Forget the all-or-nothing mindset that says you need an hour at the gym. What can you do in 10 minutes? You could do a high-intensity interval training or HIIT workout. Something as simple as 30 seconds of jumping jacks, followed by 30 seconds of rest, then 30 seconds of squats, 30 seconds of rest, and so on. You'll be amazed at how quickly your heart rate gets up. Or maybe you prefer something calmer. 10 minutes of gentle stretching can relieve muscle tension, improve flexibility, and leave you feeling refreshed. You could even just put on your favorite song and dance around your living room. It's fun, it's free, and it's fantastic for your cardiovascular health. The key is to pick something you enjoy and do it consistently. 10 minutes a day is 70 minutes a week, and over a year, that's more than 60 hours of exercise you wouldn't have done otherwise. Now, let's talk about your mind. Our mental space is constantly cluttered with notifications, worries, and an endless stream of information. A 10-minute mental reset can be a game changer. One of the most powerful tools is meditation. And no, you don't need to sit in a silent monastery. Just find a quiet corner, close your eyes, and focus on your breath, in and out. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently guide it back to your breath. Apps like Headspace or Calm have guided meditations as short as a few minutes. Doing this for 10 minutes a day can reduce stress, improve focus, and increase your sense of well-being. If meditation isn't your thing, try journaling. Spend 10 minutes writing down whatever is on your mind, your worries, your goals, what you're grateful for. This simple act of getting thoughts out of your head and onto paper can bring incredible clarity. Or you could simply sit with a cup of tea and do absolutely nothing. Just be present. Give your brain a chance to power down and reboot. What about learning and personal growth? We all have things we want to learn. A new language, how to play an instrument, a coding skill. The thought of starting can be overwhelming, so break it down. 10 minutes. Use an app like Duolingo for a quick language lesson. Watch a tutorial on YouTube to learn a new chord on the guitar. Read 10 pages of a non-fiction book. That might not sound like much, but 10 pages a day is 3,750 pages a year. That's about 12 books. Imagine the knowledge you could accumulate. This is the compound effect in action. Each 10-minute session is like laying a single brick. One brick doesn't look like much, but day after day, you'll eventually build a fortress of knowledge and skill. The 10-minute rule can even transform your environment, and by extension, your life. A cluttered space often leads to a cluttered mind. The idea of decluttering your entire house is paralyzing, but what if you just tackled one small area for 10 minutes? Today, you could clear off your kitchen counter. Tomorrow, you could sort through that one messy drawer. The next day, you could organize your desktop. These small acts of tidying up create a ripple effect. A cleaner space reduces stress and makes you feel more in control. It removes friction from your life. When your workout clothes are laid out, you're more likely to exercise. When your workspace is clean, you're more likely to be productive. 10 minutes of tidying can set the stage for a more organized and peaceful life. So how do you make this a habit? The secret is to anchor it to an existing routine. This is a technique called habit stacking. For example, you could say, after I brush my teeth in the morning, I will meditate for 10 minutes. Or immediately after I finish my lunch, I will go for a 10-minute walk. By linking the new 10-minute habit to something you already do automatically, you're much more likely to stick with it. Don't worry about being perfect. If you miss a day, it's not a big deal. The goal is not an unbroken chain, it's progress. Just get back on track the next day. The all-or-nothing mindset is the enemy of consistency. Aim for mostly, not always. Think about the cumulative impact. Let's do the math. 10 minutes a day is about 60 hours a year. In 5 years, that's 300 hours. What could you accomplish with 300 hours of focused effort? You could become conversational in a new language. You could write a book. You could get into the best shape of your life. The journey of 1,000 miles truly begins with a single step, or in this case, with a single 10-minute block. It redefines what's possible and removes the excuse of not having enough time. You have the time. We all have these little pockets of 10 minutes. The question is, how will you use them? Your challenge, starting today, is to identify one area of your life you want to improve and commit to spending just 10 minutes on it every day for the next week. That's it. Just 1 week. Maybe you'll read. Maybe you'll stretch. Maybe you'll tidy up. At the end of the week, check in with yourself. How do you feel? I guarantee you'll feel a sense of accomplishment and momentum. You'll prove to yourself that you can make positive changes. The power of 10 minutes isn't in the 10 minutes themselves, but in the consistency, the momentum, and the belief they build. It's a gateway to bigger and better things. It proves that you are in control of your life, one small decision at a time. It's a quiet revolution against the overwhelming feeling that you're too busy to change. You're not. You have 10 minutes. So, what are you going to do with them? Let me know in the comments below what 10-minute habit you're going to start. I'd love to hear your ideas and cheer you on. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips on living a more intentional life. Thanks so much for watching. Now go claim your 10 minutes. Can 10 minutes really change your life? It sounds like a gimmick, right? Another one of those too good to be true promises we see all over the internet. We're all so busy, constantly running on fumes, that the idea of making a significant change feels overwhelming. We tell ourselves, I'll start when I have more time, or I'll meditate when things calm down. But what if that perfect time never comes? What if the secret isn't finding more hours in the day, but unlocking the hidden power of just a few minutes? Stick with me, because today we're going to explore how a tiny 10-minute daily commitment can genuinely, profoundly, and permanently change your life. We're not talking about magic. We're talking about science, psychology, and the incredible power of consistency. By the end of this video, you won't just believe it's possible, you'll have a roadmap to start doing it yourself today. Let's be real for a second. Think about the last time you wanted to learn a new skill, get in shape, or start a creative project. What stopped you? For most of us, it's the sheer size of the goal. We look at the mountain and think, I can't climb that. Learning guitar, that's hundreds of hours. Writing a book, that's thousands of words. Getting fit, that means hours at the gym every week. The ambition is inspiring, but the scale is paralyzing. So, we do nothing. We stay exactly where we are, caught in a cycle of wanting to change, but feeling too overwhelmed to start. This is a universal human experience. It's not a personal failing. It's how our brains are wired to avoid huge, daunting tasks. But this is exactly where the 10-minute rule comes in to rewrite the script. The core principle is simple. Break down any massive goal into a laughably small 10-minute action. The beauty of this is that it bypasses your brain's resistance. Your mind might scream no at the idea of a 1-hour workout, but it can hardly object to 10 minutes of stretching or a brisk walk. I don't have time to write a chapter becomes I can definitely write for 10 minutes. This isn't about achieving the entire goal in one go. It's about starting. It's about building a single brick in the wall, not trying to build the entire fortress at once. This concept is rooted in a psychological principle called the Kaizen philosophy, a Japanese concept of continuous, incremental improvement. It's about making small, ongoing changes that compound over time into massive results. Think of it like a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small, but with consistent momentum it grows into an unstoppable force. So, what does this look like in practice? Let's take a few real-world examples. Say you want to become more physically active. Instead of aiming for 5 gym sessions a week, commit to just 10 minutes of movement every single day. This could be anything. A YouTube workout video in your living room, a quick jog around the block, a dance party to your favorite songs, or even just stretching while you wait for your coffee to brew. The activity itself is less important than the consistency. 10 minutes a day is 70 minutes a week, which is over 60 hours a year of dedicated physical activity you weren't doing before. You'll not only improve your physical health, but you'll also build an identity. You stop being someone who wants to be active and become someone who is active every day. That mental shift is priceless. Now let's apply this to learning. Have you always wanted to learn a new language? The thought of memorizing thousands of vocabulary words and complex grammar rules is enough to make anyone quit before they start. But what about 10 minutes a day with a language app like Duolingo or Babbel? In just 10 minutes, you can learn a handful of new words, practice a key phrase, and complete a short lesson. It feels effortless. But do that every day for a year, and you've dedicated over 60 hours to learning. You'll be shocked at how much you absorb. You'll go from knowing zero to being able to have simple conversations, read basic signs, and understand a surprising amount of the language. It's the difference between dreaming of being bilingual and actually taking concrete daily steps toward it. The same goes for learning an instrument, coding, or any other skill. 10 minutes of focused practice is infinitely more powerful than hours of daydreaming about it. This principle isn't just for skills or physical health. It's a game changer for your mental and emotional well-being too. Our minds are constantly cluttered with an endless stream of thoughts, worries, and to-do lists. We live in a state of chronic distraction. Committing to just 10 minutes of mindfulness or meditation each day can be transformative. Find a quiet spot, sit down, close your eyes, and just focus on your breath. Apps like Calm or Headspace can guide you. At first, it might feel strange or even difficult. Your mind will wander. That's okay. The goal isn't to have a perfectly empty mind. It's to practice gently bringing your focus back over and over again. Doing this for just 10 minutes a day has been scientifically shown to reduce stress, improve focus, and increase emotional regulation. It creates a small sanctuary of peace in your day, a moment to reset and reconnect with yourself. It builds mental resilience, one breath at a time. How often do you feel like your life is a mess of clutter, both physically and digitally? Dedicate 10 minutes each evening to a power tidy. You'd be amazed at what you can accomplish. Unload the dishwasher, wipe down the kitchen counters, sort through that pile of mail, or organize the files on your computer desktop. It's not about deep cleaning your entire house. It's about creating small pockets of order. This habit has a ripple effect. A tidy space leads to a calmer mind. It reduces decision fatigue because you know where things are. This small act of taking control of your environment sends a powerful message to your subconscious. I am in charge. I create order from chaos. That feeling of competence and control will spill over into every other area of your life. But here is the most magical part of the 10-minute rule. It often doesn't stop at 10 minutes. The hardest part of any task is starting. Newton's first law of motion says an object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion stays in motion. The same is true for us. Getting off the couch is the real challenge, but once you've started your 10-minute workout, you might find you have the energy to do 15 or 20 minutes. Once you start writing for 10 minutes, an idea might catch fire, and you'll look up to find that 30 minutes have flown by. The 10-minute commitment is just the key to start the engine. It's the low-pressure entry point that gets you over the activation energy hump. It gives you permission to stop after 10 minutes, which makes starting easy. But it also gives you the freedom to continue if you feel inspired. You start to chase the feeling of accomplishment, not run from the feeling of obligation. So, let's bring it all together. How do you start? First, pick just one area of your life you want to improve. Don't try to start a 10-minute workout, a 10-minute language lesson, and a 10-minute meditation practice all on the same day. That defeats the purpose of keeping it simple. Choose one thing. Second, be specific about when and where you'll do it. This is called habit stacking. Attach your new 10-minute habit to an existing one. For example, after I brush my teeth in the morning, I will meditate for 10 minutes in my living room. Or while my coffee is brewing, I will do my 10-minute language lesson. This removes the guesswork and makes it automatic. Third, track your progress. Put a calendar on your wall and draw a big X for every day you complete your 10 minutes. Don't break the chain. Seeing that unbroken chain of X's becomes a powerful motivator in itself. The question was, can 10 minutes really change your life? The answer is an emphatic yes. Not because 10 minutes is a magic number, but because consistency is a superpower. Small daily actions are the building blocks of every great achievement. They are the seeds from which towering trees of success grow. It's not about the dramatic, overnight transformation. It's about the quiet, steady, and relentless power of showing up for yourself for just 10 minutes, day after day. It's about proving to yourself that you are capable of change, that you are in control of your destiny, and that your potential is not limited by the time you have, but by the consistency you apply. Your future self is begging you to start today. So, what will you do with your next 10 minutes? Thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content on personal growth and living a more intentional life. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What 10-minute habit are you going to start today? Let's support each other on this journey. See you in the next video.